An electronic deadbolt lock can come in very handy. You get home, you punch in your code, and you get inside. Unless, of course, it doesn't work anymore. We've swapped out the batteries. That's not the issue. It's just gone bad, so we need to replace the unit. Fortunately, homeowner had a key so they could get in, but we've decided to switch brands. We're going with the more expensive Kwikset Smartcode 270. It's a touchpad electronic lock. It can be programmed with 50 user codes. It provides keyless entry, motorized deadbolt, and easy installation. While in this video we're simply removing one smart lock and replacing it with another, the instructions that come with this lock tell you how to install a lock on a door that has no lock on it, where you actually need to bore holes with it, and they include a template for that. It'll also give you instructions on how to replace an existing deadbolt with this smart lock. But a good portion of the installation is the same for all three approaches. Inside the box, we get a booklet with instructions, a template if you have to actually drill a hole in your door. We're going to be using the existing opening, compliance, and here's the actual keypad with key slot. It has a bit of wiring that it's going to need. And then inside is the indoor plate. A way to rekey it if you like, and instructions for that. And then we get various plates, fasteners, more fasteners, 2 keys, more screws, strike plate, more fasteners, the actual deadbolt, and then an adapter should you need it for your configuration. Prior to removing the old lock, I put painter's tape on the outside portion so that when I release it from the inside, this doesn't just flop down to the ground. On the inside, we look for how the cover is mounted, and in this case, there's just a little tab that we push on both sides. You squeeze, you pull back, and the cover comes off. Looking in here, I see there is a Phillips fastener there and there. It's probably a number 2. Now the interior portion comes out. There is a wire connection that you need to be aware of, but that can just hang off. We just drop the fastener down. And now we see that there are 2 more fasteners in here, and this is what holds the lock mechanism together front and back against this plate. And so we're going to use our Phillips number 2 driver to remove these 2 fasteners. It's at this point that if you didn't use the painter's tape on the other side, that tumbler would be dropping down to the ground. Now we want to remove the wire connection, and usually it's a connector, and this one just slides right out. That separates the inside lock mechanism from the wire that goes to the electronics. At this point, we should be able to just pull this away, pull our wire and connector through it, and now all we have is the deadbolt going through the door, and we'll deal with that next. We open our door, and you see the plate here. There are 2 fasteners. We remove those 2. Now our little faceplate will come off. maybe. And that brings out all of the deadbolt. And now we can remove the outside portion of the lock. What we're left with is an opening that we can reutilize with our new Kwikset. Two things to know about the latch. One, there's an arrow indicating which way is up. And two, the latch can rotate if you need the extra length. We take our latch, insert it into the existing opening, make sure it seats all the way in, and if you need to notch out some extra wood to get it to sit flush, then you can do that with a chisel. You do get 2 sets of fasteners, and in the instructions they actually call out the number 3809, and the reason you get 2 pairs is one's a short fastener. So if this is a new installation, you might want to go with the short fasteners. For an older installation or for more security, there's some deeper wood screws that you could use, so it really makes this more resistant to being kicked open. If you find yourself using the chisel, remember, a little bit goes a very long way. It's better to take off too little than to take off too much. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the plate so that it's smooth and flush with this surface. It also doesn't hurt to just dry fit it and make sure that this isn't protruding out and getting caught on the other side. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of soap just to make it drive in easier and trying not to split any wood. With the fasteners on, make sure it smoothly opens and closes. There are no obstructions, there's no binding. With the bolt retracted, we get our keypad. It has the wire that we're going to snake underneath the latch. And then there's this tongue that's going to go into the latch. So this tongue turns, make sure that it aligns with the inside of the latch. With the tape in place, we're ready to close the door. We grab the mounting plate, and it's labeled with TOP, so we know that's going to go at the top. And we take our little wire, and there's just enough room for it to snake through on that notch. We place this over the door, and then we get our 5, 2, 3, 6, 7 fasteners, 1 on each side. Once you catch one side, then you can proceed to do the other. It's a blind drop, but usually it's a little easier on the second fastener. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to cross thread, so usually I back them up and then they'll drop in. And we can use a driver. And before you finally tighten them, take a look on the other side. Make sure that it is square to your door. If you want to get a regular Phillips driver and just snug it up a little tighter, you can. Before we do anything else, we come back out on the outside, get our key, insert, extend the bolt, make sure it goes in and out smoothly. If it does not, then you probably tighten those bolts too tight on the other side. I also want to show you a quick hack. The lock includes its own strike, but you'll notice that this one's larger, so this would necessitate coming in here with the chisel and taking out some more wood in order for this strike to fit in this position. But this existing strike accommodates the bolt, so I'm going to keep it. For our next step, we have to make sure that the bolt is in position, so we just turn that. Bolt is going that way. Now we get our interior assembly, and it has a black top. We need to lift that up. That reveals the battery compartment. It takes 4 AA batteries, which are not included. On the back side of this, there's a little slot here. And right now it's in the vertical position, which will mate right here with this key in the vertical position. Then we have our connector, and there is a connecting port right there. So we'll insert that connecting port, and it's keyed so that it will only fit in one direction. And you just push it in. There's no snap or anything. And then making sure not to get the cord tangled, we're just going to mate the 2 units. And whatever cord is there, you're going to, if I can show you this, you can dress this cord around the right side and underneath. Make sure that this is going vertical, not in the horizontal position. And now you have 2 fasteners to use. They are number 52502. One goes there, and one goes here. Once again, we verify that the door unlocks and smoothly locks. Now we're ready to insert our batteries inside the cover. There's a scan code for the programming guide should you lose that and need it in the future. Before you can use your lock, you need to program it. So on the inside, we take the cover off, we go to the programming button, which is right below where the batteries are. You press the button, then you come to the keypad, you hit number 1, then you hit the check mark, then you enter your code, and then you hit the check mark, and now it's programmed into the memory. After programming the lock, all we do is hit the little padlock, and now it's locked. To unlock it, I insert my secret code, and it unlocks. The manual includes additional information like smart key rekeying, how to program it, there are various modes of programming, and there are programming notes. So make sure you read that, because all I'm showing you is just one simple code that you can put into it, but you can do so much more with this lock. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.